Hey guys, what is up? What's going on out there today? Brent Abel here, webtennis.com. Another episode of 7 around 7. That would be 7 Pacific time out here in the mountain time zone. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Getting ready for, spectacular Saturday. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are doing well. And you got some great tennis lined up for this weekend. We're going to talk about 2 simple cues to bulletproof your sliced backhand. Things that really, if I just keep thinking about these things and keep drilling them and working them, you know what happens once I get in the match, it just becomes kind of automatic. And so look, I want to get these to you, and we're going to make this short and sweet today. I got a busy schedule today. Look, guys, a couple of things before we get started. Number one is I am got myself scheduled for tomorrow to do some work on the Sievertson 12, which is thanks, babe. Thank you. The notes that Dave Sievertson made for me, the 12 little bullet points he made for me, just about 4 or 5 weeks ago when I worked with him for about 4 sessions before I went to Atlanta, and I've kind of cherry picked several of them over the last couple of weeks for you guys. And look, if you want to get a copy of it, I'm more than happy to give it to you. In fact, what I'm going to do is each one of them, I'm going to shoot a little video and just kind of give you my 2 cents of each one of the 12 bullets that Dave gave me. She calls them goals for BA, Brent Abel. And so if you want to get a copy of it, again, it's free. It's on me, no charge. Happy to get that to you. I've got myself scheduled for tomorrow to go ahead and do those recordings. Give me a couple days after that to edit it. But if you haven't already let me know, just shoot me an email if you want to get this, brent@webtennis.com. More than happy to get it to you once it's ready. The other thing is down below in the description area. I've been talking about this the last few days. My good friend and top national level 65 player Dave Doherty created a men's tennis clothing line a couple of years ago, and I think more out of his frustration, he couldn't find the kind of material that he wanted that would help him in matches. It's really more, I guess he's kind of describing it as performance tennis clothing. So look, he's generously offered 15% off. If you're a web tennis player, guy, and again, it's men's clothing, down below is the link that will take you over to 98.6, which is Dave's company. And make sure that you take advantage of this 15% offer off your initial order. Pick up a pair of shorts, pick up a shirt or 2, take advantage of it. And I think you'll really like the gear. Again, down below in the description area, will take you is a link that will take you over to 98.6. And look, the code over there to get your 15% is Brent with a capital B, capital B, RENT. The rest is lowercase, and then the numbers 01. It's all described down below. You don't have to remember it, but the link is in the description area. Guys, look, let's make this real quick this morning. I want to get you going. 2 simple cues that really, for me, just kind of bulletproof my slice backhand. When am I bulletproof? When I set up these 2 things, assuming I've got good spacing, right, which is a fundamental in every shot in tennis, that spatial distance that you got to use your feet to get set up away from the path of that incoming ball, assuming that you've got that, and that you're on balance, you've got good posture, and that you've already identified, well, what's your ideal point of contact on your slice backhand. Probably it's going to be slightly different than mine. Mine's going to be slightly different than the next guy, and so on down the line. That's okay. But once you hit a couple that you really nail, where you go, man, that's the feeling that I want to have on my slice backhand, then, rather than going, yeah, come on, baby, is let's be smart about it. Let's go ahead and remember what that was. And when the point's over, dry rehearse a swing or 2 of that slice backhand with the feeling that you had, and so that you're telling your brain, hey, this is the feeling that we want to have every time we hit that slice backhand. Here are the 2 simple cues that work for me. And let me go ahead and get this a little bit bigger here. is number one. Here's the ball. You can probably barely see it, but it's right there. And what I try to do is initially, when I see the ball is to my left and I've decided this is going to be a slice backhand, I point my front shoulder directly at the ball so that when I'm going to make contact, I'm sideways, right? I don't want to be kind of halfway turned on this thing, because from this setup position, your natural swing path is going to go forward into the court towards your target, whether that target is up the line, in the middle, or cross court, whatever it is. If you don't get the shoulder fully committed and turned, one way to do it is to point the shoulder at the ball. What I try to feel is I'm almost showing my back to this net post over here. And so for me, I really have to, I never get myself in trouble if I over exaggerate how turned I get. I get in trouble if I underturn, right? If I don't have enough shoulder turn here. So I want to really be looking over my front shoulder at the ball. So the first thing to think about is the shoulder point, right? The next thing is through contact. I like to think of the time that I swing is when I take my left hand, right? And I really make sure that I reach for the back fence, right? My back fence here behind me, as I'm swinging out to the ball, to ensure that I stay sideways. Because it's one thing to get turned properly the way that you want, but if your back shoulder, your back, especially if you've got a two-handed backhand, it's real common for players to start to open up the shoulders too early before you've made contact, and you've just taken away the benefit. If you open up too early and start turning towards the net, you've taken away that benefit of that initial full shoulder turn. So for me, it's two cues. Number one, point the shoulder, right? Over exaggerate the shoulder turn. And then number two, reach back to the back fence with your non-handle hand, in this case, my left hand, as you are swinging forward, so that you end up staying sideways through the hit and, not having to fiddle with contact because you're opening up too soon. And look, I feel like, when I'm done, I'm still sideways, right? I come into contact, wherever that is for me, and I make sure that when I'm done, I've not opened up. And when I do those two things, those two simple cues for me, literally it bulletproofs my slice backhand. And so look, I want you guys to try this when you get out in the court. If you're having any issues with your slice backhand, is try those two things, right? No harm in trying, and just make sure you get a full shoulder turn. Again, especially on the return of serve, if I want to play a slice backhand on my return, I over exaggerate. I over exaggerate the shoulder turn. If you're returning serve from the deuce court and you're a right-handed player, and that server plays a serve up the tee to your backhand, you've got to really make sure that you get the shoulder turn so your natural swing path is going back cross court away from that server's net partner and directly back towards that server, right? So guys, there you have it. Hope this made sense. Would love to read what's going on with you with your slice backhand. Any questions, any comments, any remarks? Let's do that down below in the comments area. Or you can direct message me at Facebook, or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Hey, look, a final reminder, down below in the description area is a link that will take you over to 98.6, where web tennis player, a good friend of mine, and really a top national 65 players, Dave Doherty, is offering a 15% discount on your initial order with his line of men's high performance tennis clothing. Pick up a pair of shorts, a shirt or two, give it a try. I think that you're going to love this stuff. And that link is down below in the description area. Guys, that is it for me today. I got a big agenda today. Got to get out there just like you. Got to get out there. We got to help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, I'll see you again next time.